Hi everyone. Okay, so in this video I just want to show you how you can change the color of any object to whatever color you would like. So I'm working with this picture right here and I want to actually change the color of her sweater. So let's go ahead and get started. I am first going to select her sweater using the selection brush tool, and I would highly recommend that you zoom in on your image. That way you get the best selection as possible, and you can see your progress, and you can see how well you're selecting the edges of whatever object you're selecting. But I am actually going to skip this step just because I did go beforehand and selected the sweater before I made the video and just saved the selection. That way I didn't make this video too long. So I'm just going to go up to my select option and load my selection that I did save. So yeah. Okay, so here's my save selection, and now we are going to go over to adjustments, and we are going to use the HSL adjustment layer to change the color of the sweater. And this is the adjustment layer that you will be able to use to change the color of basically any object. And here's the hue shift, here's the saturation and the luminosity. So we're going to drag this little dot, and as you can see, you can change the color of the sweater to whatever color you desire. It is really cool. I love using this adjustment. So I'm actually thinking of going for a green color. Think that looks pretty nice. And then you can also change the saturation. Be careful, don't play with it too much, or else your image will look very weird and unnatural. So yeah, and then definitely I wouldn't play with the luminosity shift, just because your image is going to look very bad. As you can see, yeah, that looks really bad. So I definitely would keep this at 0. Okay, now let's get out of this, and I'm going to Command D to deselect, and we are not done yet, because if you zoom in you can see all of these hard edges around the sweater where we can tell that we did do something to the image. So that looks pretty bad right here. So what we're going to do to get rid of that, we are actually going to use the blur brush tool, which is down here. So just select it, make sure that your settings are at 100%, all of them, the hardness, the flow, the opacity. Okay, and now we are just going to drag this little brush all over the hard edges. And as you can see, and let me zoom in a little bit more, as you can see, as I'm going through them, all those hard edges are disappearing, and it's starting to take a more natural look. And then I know you can see some of the pink from earlier, and that has to do with the fact that my selection was not that good. So definitely make sure that your selection is good and that you grab every bit of color that you can. So I'm just going to go all the way over it. And yeah, and also another thing is, if you're trying to change the color black or white, you won't be able to. You can't change those colors, so don't even try. But definitely, you can definitely change any other color. You can change it to whatever you want, but black and white, can't change those. I don't know why anyone would want to change black or white, but yeah. I'm just going to finish this right here. And it's looking pretty nice. This didn't really take me that long. It really depends to like what you're working with, what selection you're working with. If it's a more complex selection, then it will take you much longer, but this was actually a very easy selection. And over here as you can see, I messed up on the selection and I didn't, grab everything that I needed to grab because I can still see the pink. So that I would have to go back and reselect it and make sure that I grab this little part. So, but I'm just going to skip that for now, um, just so you guys can see what it looks like after we've gone over it with the blur brush tool. But yeah, overall this is pretty easy. Um, and yeah, it's a really good tool to know how to use. And yeah, I like it a lot. Okay. Almost done. Okay, so that looks much, much better. All right, everybody, so that's our finished product. Definitely I do need to do some updates here, selecting all of the pink, making sure that my selection is on point, which mine wasn't. Obviously, I had some missed areas, but just so you can, get the point, this is how you can change the color of any object and how to get rid of those hard, ugly edges. And yeah, that is it. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Please subscribe, give it a like, all that good stuff. Thank you all so much.